It's Cat at Cattails TV. I don't know what I'm going to talk about really until I get to shooting and the wind's blowing, so if it's noisy, forgive me, but there's so much going on. Let's just talk about Britney Spears real quick. She's getting a divorce from that Sam guy. What can you say? Except I saw videos of her recently dancing, and I thought she was on Tina Snow, aka Crystal Meth, because her eyes look like she hasn't slept in days and she doesn't look well. Somebody mentioned to me a while back, if you watch Britney Spears dance videos from a long time ago, she was an excellent dancer, very precise, very graceful, very relaxed. If you look at the videos that are on her Instagram, it's very chaotic, it's very manic. It doesn't look like a person that's enjoying the freedom of dance, if you know what I'm saying. You dancers know what I'm talking about. But when I first started shooting celebrities and stuff, back in the day when Robertson was cool, and Paris Hilton and Lindsay Lohan and Britney Spears could be seen out shopping, I bumped into Britney a couple of times, and the way she was photographed was like that South Park video where the photographers turn into animals, and most of the photographers are men. So I felt like they used their camera as like a penis to rape people, not necessarily to show them in their best light. You have to understand that was the time when TMZ was raising to fame, and it was just another time. But I sincerely wish that Britney Spears gets her life together. I don't know what's going on. I hope she has real friends that actually care about her, and that she gets the help she needs. But that guy seems like another grifter. There's a lot of those guys in the entertainment industry, but also just in general. They prey on people's weakness and they jump on them. So again, I wish her the best, and I hope she's getting that famous lawyer, that Wasserman lady, who's really good with lawyers. Well, Sam is asking for her to pay his bills and to pay for his lawyer for the divorce, and he's trying to go against the prenup that they already signed. So let's just skip that. So getting on to, let's talk about Trump. Trump is got 4 indictments, as we know right now. There might be more, but in Georgia, they're getting ready for him to turn himself in. He has until, I guess, next week to turn himself in. And he's already having his minions threaten the DA and the grand jury people and the judges. And he's threatening the lady who's handling the election court case as well, who happens to be black. And his minions are calling her the N-word and threatening, and some woman in Texas just got arrested for threatening the judge. Now, I don't know why so many people give Trump the benefit of the doubt to do damage and to threaten people, and they don't take his threats seriously. Meanwhile, some guy was outside of Obama's house, I don't know, was it a month ago, trying to do stuff. And then also Nancy Pelosi's husband was attacked by some crazy guy. And the guy was killed who was recently trying to, he threatened some of the people involved. So, by the FBI, he got killed. But I don't remember all these people's names. And they're irrelevant, except to say, Trump is dangerous. And I don't know why people don't take him as dangerous, and he's a threat. He's been a threat since he ran for the office, and I remember watching him debating Hillary Clinton and him walking behind her and stalking her while she was trying to speak. I remember discussing it with people I knew in Beverly Hills, men, And they were like, they didn't see anything wrong. They thought it was normal. And I'm like, you didn't see what he was doing? So it's interesting. Men see threats differently than women do sometimes, or some people just, I don't know, some men are just weird. They like men that are abusive and tyrannical. Why, I don't know. And it's interesting because it also gets into backgrounds, if that's acceptable behavior. And also people who profess being religious, they use the Bible to put down women and stuff. I won't even get into the Bible and esoteric knowledge of what it's really saying, but that's another video. But I don't like it. And if Tory Lanez could have a ball gag order for 2 years over Megan Thee Stallion's case, then Trump should definitely be put in jail awaiting his multiple trials. So let's talk about what's been going on with the Tory Lanez case. As you know, he has been sentenced for 10 years. Meanwhile, Megan Thee Stallion has been trying to promote Dix the musical. It hasn't been going very well because if you look at the trailer, it looks like absolute shit. No offense, it looks like they try to copy Parent Trap, I think with Lindsay Lohan mixed with Victor Victoria mixed with Will and Grace, and really bad dick jokes. It's really it looks like a stupid movie. But the funny thing is, she's dancing on all fours, humping the ground, and they had to shoot that after she was allegedly shot. So if she had severe foot injuries, how could she dance the way she's been dancing in that movie? Also, she was supposedly twerking days after she was allegedly shot, but that video has been erased off the internet. But there's other videos of her being drunk and dancing on the internet afterwards. But I got in a discussion with somebody online today on my Twitter feed, and if you don't know my Twitter feed, you should go. It's at Cattails TV on Twitter, Kattales TV, because sometimes I talk about stuff that I'm not talking about on my YouTube channel because there's just so much stuff to talk about. But I got in a discussion with somebody about how I would treat a client if I was a manager of a talent and my talent was constantly on social media drunk and being sexually explicit. Now, if I didn't care about the client and I was just in it for quick money, I allow that client to do that. I'm saying if I was an asshole, but I'm not an asshole, so I probably wouldn't represent somebody like that unless they were fake being drunk and I was selling the alcohol, they were acting like they were drinking. But I have a problem with alcoholism and people promoting it because it's affected a lot of people's lives. It's affected my family's life. It's affected people that I chose not to be with because I felt like they were drinking. And normally people who drink excessively, they have depression and they might have a physical addiction to alcohol, so I don't fuck with them. And also they tend to do things when they're drunk that they don't remember and they blame other people. But what I've noticed about Megan, let's just say what she said was true and Tory actually did what she accused him of. Why is she drinking so much? Why is she drinking before the incident so much? Why is she promoting that lifestyle? Because if you know anything about alcohol, it's a depressant and it also fucks up your internal organs like your liver. And if you're a singer, it can really mess up your vocal cords. Real singers, I mean, they have to be really careful and they respect their voice because that's their money maker. But I got in a discussion with somebody online and I was saying how, yeah, if I had a client, I'd want them in the best light at all times. Because when I used to shoot celebrities and I realized I was giving them PR. It's PR. It's marketing. Because I used to work doing marketing for Fortune 500 companies. I get paid money to promote whatever they were marketing. So I would always be concerned about showing somebody in the best light. And And I'll give you an example of this. One time I was in Beverly Hills and I saw a very huge actor who I greatly respected, who's a legend. I'm not going to mention his name, but he was carrying Depends out of Rite Aid. I chose not to shoot him, even though that photograph would have made me a lot of money. But in my heart, I would never do that to somebody because that's a private thing. Another photographer would totally shoot that. You know what I mean? But this person is a legend in black films, and I wouldn't do that. But everybody's different. So all I'm trying to say is, I think it's important if you're a talent or just a person, you don't want to be drunk all the time on social media. You don't want to be going to parties drunk. And if you have a regular job, you don't want to be going to the Christmas parties drunk. You don't want to be acting a fool because that shows your character. But what I found fascinating about this case, the Tory Lanez case, her character was never on trial. Tory was the bad guy. He allegedly shot her. He allegedly controlled Justin Edison. He allegedly was able to hold Kelsey and Megan at the same time and beat them up both. Yet he didn't have a scratch on him. But yeah, a lot of stuff doesn't make any sense. But getting back to the story of addiction and things like that, it reminded me of when I used to sell clothes to strippers. I used to design very sparkly clothing that was cool for like performers, not just strippers, but people on stage, rock stars, stuff like that. And I remember going to this particular club in La Cienega, and the owner told me in his office, he says, look, I want you to charge them an extra 25%. I want 50%, but I want you to constantly go into the room where the strippers were, the performers, the dancers, whatever, and constantly sell them new items because he wanted them broke. He wanted them broke. He knew they were addicted to buying stuff. He knew they were addicted to drinking, but he constantly wanted them not having money so they worked more. And that situation caused me not to ever want to sell to them again. I stopped selling, and I remember telling my sister what had happened, and she's like, you care too much. Which is a problem. But getting back to people like Megan Thee Stallion, if I had talent, I wouldn't want them wasted all the time. It's bad for the brand. It makes you look like a good time girl that doesn't have any other talent. And if you're trying to build an actress with a long-term career, having her look like a messy, sloppy drunk is not a good look. It's just not a good look. Even though they're trying to sell alcohol, and all these people have liquor brands. But I remember during COVID going into a Target in Westwood, and they had never done this before, but during COVID, as soon as you walked in the door, there was alcohol surrounding the walls. $5 sale. I'd never seen anything like it. Then I realized that a lot of people made a lot of money selling alcohol during COVID. When people were stuck inside with their spouses, with their children, where a lot of people were probably being abused, a lot of people made a lot of money off of COVID selling alcohol. So when I see someone like Megan Thee Stallion, who has talent, promoting getting drunk and wasted and having her ex-bestie Kelsey Harris like half naked on her social media Instagram. And if you don't know that video, just Google Megan and Friends Drunk. And I believe it's July 9th, 2020. You can find it on YouTube. I don't know. I just wouldn't want a client doing that. But if they're just making money off of her and they don't care about her long-term success, then that's what I would do if I was one of those people. It's sort of like being a pimp and having a prostitute. Not saying that she is, I'm using an example. They use you and they get rid of you when you've served your purpose. And they keep you broke. You know what I mean? And this happens in all kinds of businesses. I mean, I don't even want to tell you. It's just the way some people roll. They take advantage of people. And if you're not good with holding your money, they're always going to keep you broke. And Megan seems to have a problem with money, renting houses in her own name. What's her name? Tiana Taylor helped her get the house that she messed up, I think, during that Tory Lanez thing. But yeah, I just feel like Megan doesn't know, or maybe she does now. She doesn't know what this game is in Hollywood. Hollywood's it's a sick game. If you're willing to go all the way, which I guess she is, it's a very treacherous thing. Because, as I said on Twitter, even Whitney Houston, they had a party after she died in the same hotel. They kept the party going, the Grammy party. Well, her body was upstairs. And then they raised the price of her album 65% the night she died. That's how these people get down. So Megan is replaceable. Everyone's replaceable. And I believe Sexy Red it's like, right now, Sexy Red took what Megan was doing and took it all the way past. Like, it's like porn almost. I mean, I saw dildos in her video. I don't know if I've ever seen dildos in a regular music video before that's on Twitter. So they're crossing a line. They crossed the Rubicon. Megan has to... I don't know how she's going to compete with what's going on right now. I honestly don't. But I was told that... What's his name? Corey Gamble, the boyfriend of Kris Jenner, was on a flight with Jay-Z instead of testifying, which is interesting. But also, Alex Spiro, who's Jay-Z's attorney, who's Megan's attorney, who also worked with Jose Baez on the A. Hernandez case. He got his teeth wet on the A. Hernandez case. Alex Spiro represents Kendall Jenner in a case. So I don't think Kylie would have testified. I don't understand the games these people play. They'll dance through your music, but they won't testify on your behalf. I don't know. I don't like these people. I said it before. I'm actually trying to figure out where to move to because I really don't like the people in LA. There are a lot of users and just dishonest people, and people who make fun of people who actually have jobs. I don't know who exactly it is, but somebody sent me a text and was calling me a broke-ass bitch. And I find it hilarious. Ever since I've come to LA, a lot of black women especially have made fun of me because I actually work. I actually have, like jobs. I actually take care of myself. I don't have a man paying my bills. And I find it very interesting that they're so toxic and they make fun of people who actually work. I don't understand that. I have respect for people that are actually working and not using other people. But that's the mentality and the brainwashing that some of this music is also promoting, because when it comes to like Megan and some of these rappers and singers, they keep talking about the bag, they keep talking about the shoes, they keep talking about like they're fucking your man behind your back, but they're getting money out of the guy. Who wants men like that? Who wants to be betrayed? Who wants to sleep with someone who's sleeping with 10 other people, probably has a sexually transmitted disease, and who's probably, very, very not well mentally? I don't want men like that. But this is what's selling. Destroying the culture, being an alcoholic, being a party person who sleeps around, who doesn't care about other people. And I don't think it's good. So, I don't know if I forgot something, but that's pretty much what I want to talk about. But yeah, for me, friendship means a lot. Like good friends, like good quality people that have your back, that love you, and that if you're out of pocket, if you're getting wasted, and they check you on it, and they say, hey, you know what? I'm not going to hang out with you if you're drunk all the time. I wouldn't want to be married or in a relationship with a guy that was an alcoholic. I wouldn't want to be the one constantly saying, please don't drink, please don't drink, please don't get behind the car, please don't, whatever, forget what you're doing when you're wasted. But, you people do you. But it's like every generation is different. But what I find hilarious is that you guys don't seem to want love. You don't seem to want real care. You don't want a monogamous relationship where you can build something with. You want to take something from somebody else that makes you feel good. At least that's what her music sounds like to me. But I don't like her music. But anyway, this is Cat of Cat Tales TV, I'm gonna be doing more of my own stuff because I'm not into this bullshit. You know what I mean? I'm really not. And I'm an artist, and sometimes I do reporting and stuff, and this case really bugged the fuck out of me, so that's why I stepped in. But I've said this before, the people involved are trash. I mean, when I think about Wiggins and fucking Nick at NyQuil and fucking Megan Cuniff and their egos and the nastiness and their, especially like, what's her face? Nick at NyQuil, self-righteous, like thinking she knows shit when she never, like she had the police photos, the evidence, but she didn't like find out that there's a serial number on the gun, that the gun was missing for over a year. So was the fragments from her foot. So was the bullets. And that you can trace the serial number. She thinks she's so clever, but she doesn't do anything except put out what they give her. She's not bright. And that's sad. But she's so full of hate. She's so full of self-righteousness, but she's not a fucking reporter. But she's a blogger, and she thinks she's the shit. Megan Cuniff is just a whole nother piece of work. I think she's a grifter. But, she finally got the attention she wanted. The prostitution of law, the prosecutors tapped her on the back, and they gave her all the information they wanted to feed, and she ran with it. And she thinks she's like, I don't know. She's not a reporter. She's not an investigator. She's a regurgitator. And Armand Wiggins, I don't even know. That dude's a trip. Because he started acting straight towards the end of the trial, but gay as a $3 bill in the beginning of it. I don't know what he is. I haven't heard his name that much, thank God. But again, none of these people are my friends. None of these people I'd want as my friends. None of these people I'd want even in my circle. Because they're not compassionate investigators or human beings. You know what I mean? They just look at superficial shit. Or they go where the money is, like whores. You know what I mean? I'm not into this. I'm actually trying to figure out where to move to, like I said. So anyway, I'm going to end this conversation. You guys, be careful who you hang with. Be careful if you get drunk with people, because you don't know what can happen. Believe me when I say this, based on this case and some other shit. But some girl was supposedly Black Lives Matter chick, I don't know. But she was online drinking like an idiot. And then she got behind a car after she said fuck the police, and then she killed somebody. Fucking idiot. I mean, I don't understand the social media narcissism. I mean, it just seems like another addiction. You guys don't realize how dangerous it is. But whatever. It's a beautiful day. Enjoy by Cat Tales TV. And please check out my Redbubble. I have a lot of designs on there. Almost 600 now. And, buy some merch from me. It would be awesome. Eventually I'm going to get back on my Poshmark. I just, this case took over my life. But on the good hand, it brought me some, I really started creating more of my art as a mental health thing, which is really cool. So that's a good thing about this case. But yeah, I will talk to you later. Bye!